have the hysterectomy in a few weeks. There's a lot of things I'm nervous about, a lot of things to think about. I am on my way to the doctor today. I'm going to see my surgeon who's doing my hysterectomy and my excision of endometriosis. We're meeting today just to talk about surgery, ask her tons of questions, just plan out how surgery is gonna go. I'm about a little less than 3 weeks out from surgery. Today's February 8th that I'm filming this, and my surgery is the 28th. I'm nervous, but also excited to get this over with. I really hope that I can show you guys kind of my whole journey and experience and exactly kind of what my day is like. I go to the doctor usually a couple times a week. Besides adenomyosis and endometriosis, I also have Crohn's disease, gastroparesis, Hashimoto's, POTS syndrome, mast cell activation syndrome. I have a history of a brain disorder called idiopathic intracranial hypertension, so I see my neurologist a lot. Yeah, there's a bunch of different specialists that I'm used to seeing. Going to the doctor is just part of my weekly life. It's about 10 a.m. I've already been up for the day. I've already taken my daughter to school. She's in preschool or pre-K. Now she's 4, almost 5. I've been up with the baby. I have a 9-month-old, giving him breakfast and playing and, you know, just starting his day. So he's with my brother right now while I go to the doctor. I have a lot of family around, always willing to help me so that I can get to these doctor's appointments. So I'm really lucky. I don't know how I'd be able to get all of this done, go to all these doctor's appointments and have surgery without family, honestly, to watch my kids. I have the hysterectomy in a few weeks. During the recovery, I won't be allowed to pick up my 9-month-old. He's already 25 pounds and I won't be allowed to lift over 10 pounds for about 6 weeks. So I'm really sad I won't be able to pick him up, but like I said, I'm really lucky I have my family around, so they'll be helping me through this recovery so that hopefully baby won't be too upset. And luckily my 4-year-old, she's used to me not feeling well and understanding and me explaining to her when I'm not up to do things. She's old enough to get it and understand. So I've already talked to her about the fact that mommy's gonna have surgery. Mommy's gonna be going to the hospital. I'll also be staying at least one night in the hospital after my surgery. Just a lot to think about, a lot to get my mind around and mentally prepare, and doing everything I can to feel as comfortable as possible with this surgery happening and how I'm going to be feeling after. Unfortunately, in the past, surgeries have kind of caused my other issues to flare up. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen this time, but that's like my biggest fear, honestly, is that after I have this surgery to get rid of the adenomyosis, then my inflammatory bowel disease will flare up, or my gastroparesis will flare up, or my mast cells will flare up. So yeah, it's a lot of things I'm nervous about, a lot of things to think about. I'm gonna ask the surgeon a lot of questions today. I wrote everything down in my phone, and that's kind of a habit I've gotten into now, especially for surgery in particular. If I have something coming up, I make sure that I write down everything that's been on my mind, get all my anxiety out there. I'll just make sure that, you know, I also wouldn't feel comfortable with a surgeon that wasn't up for me bugging them with a ton of questions. So that's also a test for my doctor. And so far she's been great. She's been super responsive on the patient portal. She always answers me in a decent amount of time. She always asks me in our appointments, you know, what else? What else do you need to know? What else do you want to ask me? And just been super open and comforting and calming and informative. And I really appreciate that. I also really appreciate that she always validates my experience, because if you are a SPOONY or somebody with chronic illness, you know that it's rare to find a doctor feel and actually says, wow, I really want you to feel better. I know that's weird to say, but it's like not that many doctors actually make it clear that they want to help you feel better, or that they understand how bad you do feel and how difficult it is on a day-to-day basis to live with these illnesses. It's crazy that that's like an exceptional thing to find in a doctor, but it is. I'm super grateful that I found this amazing doctor. I should also mention that she's an endometriosis specialist, so she's not your regular OBGYN. She primarily does pelvic surgery and specializes in endometriosis, so she's not a regular OBGYN. So she's not, after this surgery, she's not somebody that I can see for like my routine pap smears or something like that. She strictly does pelvic surgery. So I live in the suburbs of Maryland, and my appointment today is in DC. I have a little bit of a drive, about 40 minutes left to get there. Yeah, you're just riding along with me. Sound like Daniel Tiger. If you have a toddler, you know what I'm talking about. But riding along with me while I get to this doctor's appointment. I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to film once I actually get there. Her office is actually in the hospital where I'll be having my surgery, so that's also nice. I get to kind of get a little bit more familiar with the hospital before I go in on the day of surgery, which is really nice. Obviously I won't be able to film the appointment itself because I know that doctors and nurses don't really like that. I'm really excited to be more open about my experience and my daily life living with chronic illness. I know a lot of people, even some of my friends, don't realize how much time I actually spend going to the doctor, going to get medicine, taking care of myself. I have to take care of my 2 kids, but honestly, a lot of my time and energy is used to take care of myself because I'm feeling sick 99.9% of the time. I don't really have a day that I'm feeling well. I'm in pain every day. Yeah, a lot of my energy just is used up by coping with the pain, managing the pain, managing other symptoms like nausea, difficulty eating a lot of times, fatigue. I am exhausted all day, every day. Doesn't matter how much sleep I'm getting, but I do have a 9-month-old, so not getting much sleep. He slept through the night 1 night this week, and that's 1 night out of the last 6 months that he slept through the night. So yeah, I haven't had a full night's sleep except that one time in the last 6 months. And when you have a chronic illness and you're exhausted anyways, I would be exhausted if I got 10 hours of sleep a night. So you can imagine I'm very, very, very sleepy all the time. And because of some of my diagnoses, I'm not able to have caffeine. I'm running on natural fuel all the time. No assistance in the energy department. No stimulants, no caffeine, no nothing. Yeah, it's a lot. It's exhausting. I try to be positive about it. I get through it. Most people don't know that I'm exhausted and in pain 24/7. Unless you're like one of my closest friends, you probably have no idea that I feel like this all the time. I'm pretty good at masking it. I've been sick since I can remember, since I was a little kid. I've been sick my whole life, so it's easy for me to pretend that I'm fine. It's easy for me to fake it and put a smile on my face and act totally normal and act like I'm not in pain, because I learned from a very, very young age how to blend in with my friends and my family members and how to just act like nothing's bothering me, even if I feel horrible. And that's also why it's important to make more content like this, have more people out there like me talk about how it is to live with a chronic illness, because most chronic illnesses and autoimmune diseases are invisible. You can't tell by looking at somebody how sick they are. Really important to always be kind and always have empathy and patience with people, because you really have no clue what they're going through on a daily basis. Just want to shed some light on my daily life and experiences. All right, I'll see you guys after my appointment. Okay, I just got to the hospital where my surgeon's doctor's office is. I'm about to park. Alright, I finally found a parking spot. It took forever, so I'm glad I got here a couple minutes early. But yeah, I'm gonna try to run in and see what I can record. Okay. Okay, I'm here in the doctor's office. I just got checked in, so I'm just waiting for the doctor. Here in the room. Okay, just finished my appointment. Time to go back to the car. Okay, so I'm back in the car. I just left my doctor's office for my surgical consultation with my surgeon for my hysterectomy, and the appointment went great. She's super helpful, like I said, answered all my questions, feeling more confident and more comfortable about my surgery, which was definitely the goal for today. She gave me a lot of helpful information. She said my surgery is going to be about 3 to 4 hours long. She's going to do a lot while she's in there, including, we already know that my bladder is stuck to my uterus. If you know anything about endometriosis, you'll know that endo can make your organs stick together when obviously they shouldn't be sticking together. So that's one adhesion that we already know about that she'll take care of, and she'll also do a cystoscopy. I think that's how you say it. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Basically take a look to see if I have IC, interstitial cystitis. I have all the symptoms of interstitial cystitis, and my MRI showed that my bladder wall was already thickening. During my C-section, when I had my son 9 months ago, they told me that, oh, when we went in there, your bladder was stuck to your uterus, so great. So yeah, that's one thing that she knows for sure she's gonna have to take care of. There's also a cyst on my right ovary, hoping that it's just, you know, a little regular small ovulation cyst, but there is a chance that it's an endometriosis cyst, and if that's the case, then we'll have to remove my right ovary and I will be left with one ovary. But the plan is for me to keep both of my ovaries so that I won't go into early menopause. But she said even if I'm only left with one ovary, that one ovary is enough to keep me from going into menopause right now. So that was good to talk about and kind of wrap my head around, so that I don't wake up and be like, hey, why'd you take one of my ovaries? Oh, she said that I'll be staying for 1 night, maybe 2 nights in the hospital. She mentioned that it's possible I won't have my own room. Most likely I will, but to keep in mind that if the day of surgery, the hospital's super full, I may have to share a room with somebody while I recover. So fingers crossed that I get my own room. You know, it is what it is. I'll just remember to bring my headphones so that I can still watch my shows or YouTube or whatever I want to. I talked about the fact that I'm really hoping that after this surgery I have less surgeries for endometriosis. Of course, having a hysterectomy is going to take care of the adenomyosis. At this point, I've been having surgery for endometriosis every 1 to 2 years. Honestly, the only break I've gotten in the last 5 years is the 2 times that I was pregnant in the last 5 years. I probably would have had surgery every single year. The goal is, you know, once she does an excision of all the endometriosis, my uterus is removed, my fallopian tubes removed, my cervix will be removed. We are really, really hoping and trying to be optimistic that I will have less surgeries going forward, and maybe even the goal would be no more surgeries for endo going forward, but of course she couldn't guarantee that. I have a pretty complicated medical history, which she mentioned. I'm not a simple, normal, everyday patient. We definitely can't guarantee that this will take care of everything. I appreciated her being honest and realistic about that, but I'm really, really hopeful. This is the last surgery I have for a significant amount of years, if not ever. That would be amazing if I never had to have surgery again. I'm so like used to it. It's like having surgery is like second nature at this point. That's not always the best place to be. So we went over everything, and you know, everything sounds good. I'm ready. So ready. I just had my period. I'm still on it. Been about 11 days now that I've been bleeding. So this last period was horrible. I'm having a pretty decent pain day today. My pain is probably only like a 4 out of 10. Over this last weekend when I was at like the peak of my period, it was awful. Probably one of the most painful cycles I've ever had. Just in bed or on the couch with my heating pad all day. I couldn't leave the house. I could barely get off the couch. So the awful, obviously cramping, but when it's this bad with the adenomyosis and endometriosis, it like radiates. So it wasn't just the cramping pelvic pain, it was abdominal pain, back pain, leg pain, which hurt every time I got up, every time I wanted to walk, every time I wanted to go to the bathroom, every time I bent over, every time I turned over. Just everything was absolutely horrible, like 8 or 9 out of 10. Luckily I have pain med prescription at home, and I took 800 milligrams ibuprofen, and it like was barely touching the pain, barely getting me through it. There was a couple times where I was like, okay, I need to breathe before this pain gets to the point of I just have to go to the emergency room. It was getting that bad. I was able to stay home and manage and breathe and drink tea and do yoga. And when I say do yoga, by the way, I mean like lay in the bed and do some like relaxing, like happy baby, child's pose, just minimal things just to relax my pelvic floor, and or at least try to get it to relax while it's in that much pain and that much stress. And also to just try to relax my mind, be more mindful. The biggest thing I've been working on with mindfulness is to learn to be present in the moment, learn to be present in my body, but know that even when I'm in an excruciating amount of pain, to know that I am still safe and it's okay. And I don't need to freak out, I don't need to get upset, I don't need to get stressed, and to just stay calm and to just find peace in those moments of high pain. That is a skill which I have been working very, very, very hard on, because being in that level of pain for days on end is taxing and so stressful and so disruptive to your peace of mind. It's been really important for me to be able to remain at peace and feel safe in my own body. I know I'm like on a tangent right now, but even if mentioning a little bit of mindfulness here and there and a little bit of yoga here and there helps somebody else cope on their bad pain days, then it's worth the little tangent. I am almost home. I'm gonna be pretty down and out after surgery, recovering. For some people, a hysterectomy is nothing, but for me, a hysterectomy combined with the excision of endometriosis, this is a big deal. This is a big surgery for me. So I know it's gonna be a tough recovery period. So I'm just trying to make the most of what I can now. Have good moments, even though I'm not feeling well. To try my best to still enjoy my day, enjoy my time with my kids, with my husband, with my family. Do what I can to make the best of what I'm working with. I will be making another video soon on everything that I'm buying and kind of stocking up on to make my recovery from surgery as smooth as possible. So I think I might film my first haul. A lot of my stuff's gonna be coming from Amazon. Spoiler alert. Are you shocked? Shouldn't be. You'll get to know that me ordering from Amazon is not a shocker. Or Target. Or H&M. Or Victoria's Secret. the list can go on. But anyways, I will be home soon and I'm gonna try to relax, try to process everything that we talked about today about surgery, and you know, just keep mentally preparing myself. And that's it. Hope you like my little vlog. I'll see you in the next video.